So what is the Internet of Things? Well, literally, it's essentially a platform where embedded devices are connected to the internet, so they can collect and exchange data with each other. So it enables devices to interact collaboratively and learn from each other's experiences, just like, you know, we humans do. The top Internet of Things industries where you see this technology is in healthcare, manufacturing, utilities, transportation, agriculture, and consumer products. The Internet of Things application that is up and that's here that people are seeing right about now are like wearables, smart homes applications, healthcare, smart cities, agriculture, and industry automation. So what's happening is that understanding how the I've just my thing's frozen, yeah. So the Internet of Things and how does it work? So things that collect and send information. So an example of how the Internet of Things work is a sensor equipment that can detect a temperature, motion, light, air, quality, moisture, or other environmental conditions. So sensors like this literally could detect the temperature of soil, which is more helpful in the production of crops. Motion sensors in a fleet operation, or even a moisture level in a storage location where the connected things require certain humidity change. How it works in terms of things that receive and act on information. So receive and act, the Internet of Things, it can collect and send sensors. Information is forwarded to receive and act things. And this is usually built into the monitoring and analytical systems that lets designated humans know specific actions that needs to be taken. So think about a garage door receives a wireless signal and the door opens. It's commonplace to remotely command a machine to act. And this really shows off the real power of the Internet of Things arising when things can both collect information and act on it. Another way how the Internet of Things work is things that do both. So an example, right now I'm in Ghana, and we're looking at seeing how the Internet of Things work in the farming industry. So using the Internet of Things to collect and send information and receive and act on information, farming is a good example here. So the sensors collect information about the soil moisture. So now we have farmers who are able to activate the irrigation system or turn off as appropriate. And with the Internet of Things enabled systems, you don't actually need the farmer for that process, and which is quite interesting. Instead, the irrigation system can automatically act as needed based on how much moisture is detected. So when you explore this further, the irrigation system received information about the weather, and that's what we're currently doing, trying to talk to these the organization in Ghana and seeing how checking on the weather and from the internet connection, it can also detect when it will rain and decide not to water the crops, or because, as you know, the rain will do this automatically. So using this system, it helps a lot. But this gets really, really exciting now, because it makes you consider about the other technologies. For example, big data. I'm not sure if you know, but big data is an analytical platform of data. So when the Internet of Things is a source of data, the big data gets that information and analyzes that information. And then it connects to the cloud computing, where, you know, cloud computing, it's a location for storage, scale, and speed of access. Now, the benefit of the Internet of Things, I just wanted to just show you the connection between the cloud computing and big data and Internet of Things, and how big it is, and how much of an advantage when they all work interchangeably, and how in a few years, well, not in a few years, but now you're going to start seeing organizations using this to leverage their business. So the benefits of the Internet of Things is that we are seeing customers are becoming more excited about IoT. And really the focus is about switching this towards more business applications for us for the Internet of Things. And the benefits that it's had for businesses and consumers are quite similar in terms of the ability to share and receive information, as well as minimize some time-consuming tasks through automated functionality. There is really also a greater level of personalization that can be achieved thanks to machine learning and the devices used to improve various interaction and experiences. So for me, like I mentioned previously, is that when COVID struck, we had to deliver differently. So our organization, we were based in working across different schools, delivering STEM opportunities to young people, training teachers, training parents, and training parents on how to use, how to do like different coding to help to support their children, teaching children how to do learn Python, Java, HTML, CSS. And we had access to the school system, like in terms of their laptops, in terms of being able to use all their resources and go to the different schools in the different boroughs. When COVID struck, we literally had to work remotely. We had to work differently. And this was a bit of a challenge for us. And we were thinking, how are we going to navigate through this new normal? And what the Internet of Things did for us in terms of allowing us to be, to be able to navigate and be more sustainable is that we used 5 ways to help leverage our business. So for example, we incorporated, because we recognized that a lot of our families didn't have access to the internet, but some of the parents didn't have access to internet because of the young people that we're working with, they're coming from disadvantaged backgrounds. But also we had to ensure that our staff as well, they couldn't come into the office. They had to work from home. So we had to look at, okay, then how are we going to make sure that we are, still meeting our clientele? Because going online, we also recognize that we were meeting a wider range of people and different people as opposed to our local young people. So we thought, okay, so incorporating, we incorporated the Google Assistant. And what this did, this helped to add teams and add productivity and efficiency to our work days. So for example, people were able to go on our website and they were able to, not that part, that's the chatbot, sorry. With the Google Assistant, we were able to save time and be able to ask our Google Assistant like questions that sometimes we'd have to type it up and research it, like for example, payroll questions we didn't know, things like GDPR policies, and the information literally was so quick and instant. It also helped us to schedule our meetings, which was so good because we found it difficult trying to upskill, train our staff, but at the same time trying to make sure that we were meeting our staff needs as well as meeting our clientele, our parents, our young people, also the schools. And we were inundated with meetings, and having the Google Assistant, we were able to schedule our meetings. We were able to, if we were overlapping in appointments, we were able to reschedule on time. We were able to order stuff using the Google Assistant, which was really, really handy. And this helped because it helped us to keep control of our inventory. This is because the virtual assistant was always able to track what was available and immediately record anything that was not. So having our virtual assistant helped because at the time, because we weren't able to meet our clientele, funding had stopped. But then being able to go online and be able to use these systems, these tools, what happens is that we're able to find new clients, new businesses, and because we were operating on time. Also, when you're leveraging your equipment management capability, we found that we were able in advance. Sometimes things would go wrong with our equipment. So, for example, like we had to give some of our staff who didn't have the latest phones, like mobile phones. We gave them some iPhones, and we wanted them to be able to use the system. So we trained them. And what we found was that we did it on there, like, okay, we use like the Google Cloud, and everything was able to manage and monitor. And any problems that we envisioned, we got our, for example, our assistant, our technical assistant, to plan in advance any problems, any issues to do with minimizing downtimes versus having to do if there was an actual breakdown in our system. So being able to leverage our equipment, we were able to manage capability across our whole organization. Tracking time, productivity, and collaboration. Being able, using the Internet of Things devices can help not only businesses, but also homeowners lower costs and can be used in a business environment. So for example, during the COVID, a lot of our staff was working from home. And I was thinking, how are we going to, ensure that our staff is not going to be using so much of their electricity or their gas? And what I did, I got in contact with British Gas and basically looked at how we as a business can, see if they had anything that we could leverage to make sure we could reduce our energy consumption, and see how our staff could provide substantial cost savings. And the devices were able to control, using the smart devices, was able to control what times the heating was on, what time they could turn it off. And that was quite good because our staff were saying that they were able to save a lot of money. Some of them were saying that they were able to just put on their jumpers, whatever. But just having that in place using our mobile phones, was able to connect to one of the apps that British Gas had allowed us to do as a business. This was key for us when leveraging the Internet of Things, collecting more detailed business insights. So what we found that, and this is key amongst most businesses that I've spoken to, many small businesses find sometimes could never really afford to get access to data that they need about their customers. And because we work with parents, young people, schools, local authority, youth organization, faith groups, it's so important that we get the correct data. It's imperative. And literally, this data, understanding our customers' needs, understanding where they are based, understanding what it is that they need, really has helped our organization to be able to give us information about their preferences, allowed us to create courses that's been personalized or tailor-made towards our young people, families, and also to help support the schools that are around us. What we've done with this is when we create our resources, we're looking at the user interface and the user experience. And having the Internet of Things for our business, I felt that it just put us at like the cutting edge in terms of being able to plan like for the next 3 to say 18 months, and we're able to look at the information that we've got based on the IoT. Let me see. So for us, these are the 5 ways to leverage Internet of Things for your business.